Good morning, my darlings. So this is Alicia again. It's such a beautiful day in San Diego, and I just, even though I said good morning, it's an afternoon for me. Yesterday, I just woke up and I have my cacao here. Today, I'm having a cacao and I have a smoothie. Blueberry, I would say, what is it? Melon, blueberry, strawberry, banana smoothie in that sense. And so I kind of drink them interchangeably as I feel like it, right? So day before yesterday, I was resting all day in bed, and then yesterday was a pretty busy day for me. As soon as I basically got up also in afternoon, one of my neighbors, who is one of my acquaintances, she basically wanted to swing by and drop off a gift for me. A gift consisted of freshly picked up oranges and freshly picked up apples from her friend's garden in that sense. And that gesture meant so much to me because that's the best gift for me. Some either experiences or a fresh fruit that I can actually, that I eat all the time in that sense. So while she was visiting me, we had some cacao as well. We had some dark chocolate. Which is obviously everything is vegan in that sense, right? And then I actually attended a very interesting event, and I'm happy I did so. It was a vegan spirituality in San Diego. This event just actually opened up last month within San Diego. And I wanted to share with you. So I will share highlights from this event that I could record. Yesterday, obviously, I was communicating with, attendees, so I didn't have too much time to make videos, but I did make a really good video. And so how I was guided, I was really guided by source to attend this event because everything is just happening at the same time. First of all, I was guided by the source to watch all these documentaries about the animal slaughter, about the animal suffering in that sense, right? And it happened, I would say, more than a month ago now, right? Kind of at the end of June, maybe middle of June. And then at that time, closer to the end of June, I would say. And at that time, on 28th of June, for the first time, I was guided to watch those documentaries, right? Like Dominion, the Game Changers, and one of those documentaries was Christpiracy, right? And one of the co-creators of this documentary, his name is Cameron Waters. And so I watched that documentary and I kind of was doing my own things, but simultaneously I see this kind of group on Facebook, which is called San Diego something vegan spirituality, right? I see this group and I'm like, I'm vegan now, so I would love to join. So I joined that group. And then time passes by, a couple or 3 weeks passes by in that sense. And then I see this random reels on my feed on Instagram now, right? With completely unknown to me people in that sense, some truthers, people who are awakening. And then I see again this Cameron Waters, who is a co-creator of this Christpiracy, right? And so I see him in one of those random reels, and I'm like, okay, so I know this guy now. He was the creator of this Christpiracy documentary that I just recently watched in that sense. And then all of a sudden, so the first meeting of the San Diego vegan spirituality group, it was meeting last month. However, I think I saw the ad a little bit later, so I didn't actually make it to that gathering. But at this point, a few days ago, like 3 or 4, 5 days ago, I don't remember exactly the timeline because everything is mixed up. As far as timelines, guys, when I tell you like the timeline, sometimes I might not be fully accurate because the timelines are all very mixed for me in that sense because I'm in this natural flow. So I don't really, I don't really kind of monitor the dates that closely in that sense. I just get into this creative process process, and time passes by, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 5 days passed by, I didn't even notice, you know. So it's kind of in this natural flow. So anyway, I see now this post from San Diego vegan spirituality group, and they're hosting another potluck. It's a vegan potluck that is happening in San Diego. And guess what? One of the main guests for this event was Cameron Waters. Cameron Waters. And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta attend, because this is kind of all like really linked in together at the same time. See how these events, they're taking place kind of in the same timeline, in that sense, how everything is actually like connects at the same time, how this path is actually highly guided. I feel this, you know. And when I saw this event being advertised on Facebook, immediately there was no hesitation, there was no confusion, there was not like a feeling, oh, I gotta think about this, maybe I gotta sleep on this, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to make to this event. No, I immediately like, yes, I'm going to attend, in that sense, because as we connect, as we actually become a part of this natural flow, we start to recognize when many things are coming together at the same time, and we actually become an active participant in those things, in that sense, right? So again, the source guided me to this, I would say, this animal suffering and animal slaughter, right? Animal violence of humanity against the animal kingdom, in that sense, right? At the same time, I was guided to this Christspiracy documentary, and again, I saw this documentary from some posts online, right? And so I watched this documentary, and then I get familiar with this documentary. I even shared it on Facebook, right? And then all of a sudden, I started seeing posts of other people where Cameron, again, kind of like participates in those reels, in that sense, right? And then after that, San Diego vegan group, it's a completely, I would say it's related, even though it's related, but it's very, very local in here, right? And now I see Cameron Waters becomes one of those guests. So anyway, so I went to this event yesterday. There were many great people attending to this event, and I felt very comfortable. I felt like I was within the family, in that sense, right? Because people are actually united with this unified moral, ethical principle, not to, I would say, not to participate in exploitation and suffering of other sentient living beings, right? Another of the highlights of this event was one of the singers there, and you can tell by the way, by people's creations, how even in the Bible, I think it says that the source, God told us that you are going to know, I would say, the truthers, I don't remember exact wording, by their fruit, in that sense, by their fruit. So I see the fruits that are coming out of these people, so their creations. And so one of the highlights was this singer. Her name is Tess Kempner, yes. And so I included her singing of this beautiful song, and I think she channeled that song from the source, and so it's a very deep song, in that sense. And so I included this in this kind of video overview of this event. So I had a lot of fun, and met many great people, right? Many great people, and hopefully I will continue attending this event. However, I don't know where life is going to take me, right? So I'm not quite sure if it was kind of like a one-time occurrence. However, my goal is I would love to attend future events. And guys, if you would like to basically switch to vegan lifestyle, I would say, embrace the vegan lifestyle. And it's a veganism, it's not a diet, right? It's a moral, ethical principle for us to shift humanity, to shift more towards compassion, towards more unconditional love, towards more peace. For all living creatures, in that sense, for all living sentient beings who are just like us. They feel the emotions, they have feelings, they feel the pain, they feel this suffering, in that sense, right? So if we find that light within our heart, it's there, right? It's actually just in many people, it's buried under so many illusory constructs, so much programming where our heart is so hardened, it's so closed, in that sense, that this light sometimes have very hard time to come to the surface as well, come to the surface. But as soon as we start actually awakening, as soon as we start pulling those illusions and everything else, programming and conditioning, our heart opens, and that's when we are awakened to that more love, more compassion, more peace, in that sense. And so again, it's a reminder, we cannot live a peaceful, loving world until we personally participate in that suffering and pain and I would say slaughter of the innocent living beings. Every life matters. Every life is very priceless. Every life is absolutely precious to the infinite consciousness, infinite intelligence. And so this is the time for us to awaken, and it comes more and more clearer to me that vegan is the future. Vegan is the future. The future of this earth is vegan. As I keep saying this because I want this to really settle in the collective psyche, that basically the veganism is our natural way. It's our natural way because our hands, they're not meant to hurt someone. They're not meant to hurt someone. They're meant to basically love and care and just surrender all living beings with our love and care and basically our compassion, in that sense, right? So we were created for creativity, since the infinite consciousness, infinite intelligence, it's a creative source energy, in that sense. It's within each one of us. So one of our divine designs, we were created to create, to love and be loved, in that sense, right? To create love, to create out of this love within our heart, in that sense. And that's when our creations become, I would say, on the high vibrational frequency. That's where our creations are on the elevated, I would say, level of consciousness, in that sense. That's when our creations are a true benefit, not just to ourselves, but to everyone around us. So, and that's how we consciously, I would say, create the heaven on earth together as a collective, in that sense, right? So, but changes start with each personal, I would say, transformation, each personal participation or non-participation in slaughtering, in that sense, or participation in love, in that sense, right? Okay, guys, on this kind of, the next reel is going to be the highlights from this event. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you listen to this song. I included some subtitles there, captions for you to really pay attention to the words, right? Because the song is pretty deep, and it's very heart touching, in that sense, soul searching and heart touching. Okay, guys, so I'm going to enjoy my my cacao, and I'm going to enjoy my smoothie, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do next. Maybe I'll go to the beach, right? So, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope that you will find joy in every present moment. I hope you find the peace within your heart, and I hope you awaken that light within that you are, right? I hope you you basically expand that light, not just within yourself, but into others, into other living beings in that sense. Okay, love and peace, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.